what was it that helped you decide that you wanted to sell the patches through network marketing? I mean, there's 1,000 different ways you could have sold these amazing patches. Why would you pick network marketing?
Yeah, I never was going to pick network marketing. That's the really funny part. Sometimes, there's experiences that occur in your life where you think maybe God sits back and laughs a little bit about the journey that people take. But I had decided, I really wasn't even thinking about networking. I thought that maybe we should go some traditional methods of marketing in retail stores, on the radio, through infomercial and all that. And I investigated all those things. And I was going to a trade show, to the Mr. Olympia contest. And actually, I had made the acquaintance of Ronnie Coleman, who was an 8-time Mr. Olympia, and he was interested in endorsing the patches. So I went out there and I thought, okay, there's going to be 5,000-6,000 people that are potential prospects for being interested in our energy patches. And on the plane ride out, I was living in Georgia at the time, and on the ride from Georgia out to Las Vegas, where the conference was, I sat next to this fellow, Dave Savola, who was a top money earner in prepaid legal. And so he and I got to talking, and he said, "You have the perfect product for network marketing." And I said, "Oh, I've heard about networking. I would never be interested. This product, I'm going to do things with integrity. I don't want anything to do with networking." But what happened along the way was I had lunch with a business friend, and he got really excited. He introduced the technology to one of his friends. One of his friends bumped into a guy that was in a movie theater, started up a conversation, and he said, "Oh, I might be interested in investing in that." So I met with that fellow, and then he said, "Well, I'd like to have a medical doctor review the technology." I spoke with him. The doctor got excited and said, "I know a doctor out in California. I want to introduce it to him." And then that doctor took it to Richard Quick, a 6-time US Olympic coach. And 3 weeks after that initial lunch meeting, I was putting patches on Olympic athletes at Stanford University. And, didn't take a scientist to realize that had all happened because of networking. And so it was at that point where I thought, okay, if you could run a network marketing company with integrity, do the clinical studies, do everything the right way, this could be a phenomenal way to share this product. And so that's really how it happened.
Well, thank goodness it happened that way.
Thank goodness.
Excellent.
Thank goodness.
Wow, what a story. What a story.
So we feel really blessed and highly favored that it went to network marketing.